Alrighty, hello there. So this is a basic demo of ursund and how to start going with it, how to get it to make a sound, and how to loop things. It's not gonna be very thorough, but it will get you going and get you to start playing around a bit. So when you first start it, it's going to look something like this. Now you probably want to move these bars here out of the way, and depending on the screen size, you might want to make them a bit bigger, and you can do that by holding Command or Control and scrolling when you have your mouse above the window. And that increases the size, makes it a bit easier to look at. Now the first thing we want to do is select your microphone input channel, and you do that up here on this drop down. Here you get the inputs of your audio interface or just your computer. Now if you're on the phone, on the Android, you're gonna want to leave it on 01 probably, or 00 or 11 to make it mono, because there's not more channels on Android at this moment. If you're Android, by the way, you're gonna want to use a headset, because if you do not, and it's gonna feedback, and use a wired headset as well, because Bluetooth and wireless stuff is way too slow latency for what we're gonna do. Okay, so I'm gonna select number 6, because that's where I have my microphone. And now this button here, that's the main arm button. That enables the source to make sound. So if you press that, you should hear yourself. Yeah, and now if we don't, then there's a problem, but it should sound okay. Now I'm gonna press this button here, which is the signal chain, and here you can add effects, and I'm gonna add a reverb. Now we have a reverb. Okay, I'll make it a bit shorter by doing that. And these, by the way, if you have MIDI controls, you can press a cog here and learn, and then move your MIDI controller to control them with your knobs and all that. Now, to start looping, this window is the main thing, and this button especially, that's the main party button, so to speak. That is the loop trigger, and it works similar to a live looping pedal, if you have experience with that, in that you trigger first once to trigger in, and then when you're done with the first loop, you trigger out. And I will just demonstrate. Now you might notice it keeps recording new loops until you press it again. It always overdubs automatically. So now we have a basic thing going, and you can now interact with the map. If you scroll on the loop, it will increase or decrease the volume, and you see that reflected in the size of the circle. You can also click them to pause them. Yes. Now, to make different loop lengths, it's these buttons here. So if I want to make a loop that's twice the length of the main loop length here, I press 2. So I will show you. Now you see this loop here is twice as long, and this little thing here that shows where it is in the loop right now. Yeah, that's basically it. So now you have that going. Now this little window here, that's a selection bar, and with this you can do operations on all the loops. So these 3 here, that's the selection mode. So now it's selecting the youngest, and then I can stop playing, and it selects the youngest one to stop playing, and vice versa to start playing. And it also has the oldest, which stops the first loop we made, or the second loop, and so on. Also the same for playing. And of course a random mode that just does it randomly. Yeah, that's kind of a very basic thing to get you going a bit, and enjoy and play around and let me know and how it goes. Yep.